So, from our last lesson, we have learned to solve equations with one variable. Now, let's see if you can solve the equation 6 times the quantity of x plus 3 equals 3 times the quantity of x plus 10 minus 12. Begin by working with your classmates on how to do this problem.
We are trying to solve this problem, so we need all the numbers that x can be to make the equation true. Do we have to get the variable x by itself?
Yeah, but we have to simplify both sides of the equation first.
Okay, so we have to get 3x plus 30 minus 12. That's 3x plus 18.
And on the left side is 6x plus 18.
I see that you have simplified both sides of the equation, but why did you do this first?
We did this because in order to get x by itself, which was what happened with Drew, he started by doing that, we need to use the distributive property, which we learned earlier.
Great, and we can subtract 18 from both sides to get 6x equals 3x.
And then we can divide by x to get 6 equals 3. Hang on, that doesn't make any sense. 6 can't equal 3.
Of course, we need to keep x in the equation so we can figure out what it is equal to. Instead, we got rid of it. Oh, I know. X can equal 0. Look, so if you do 6 times 0, that equals 0. And 3 times 0, that equals 0. So x equals 0. This should work in the original equation.
Okay, for the left side, we get 6 times quantity, 0 plus 3, which is 6 times 3, and that's 18.
And for the right side, we get 3 times the quantity 0 plus 10 minus 12. That gives us 30 minus 12, which is 18. So x equals 0 is really the solution.
Great job working through this.
Yes, I think we're going down the right path. Both sides of the equation have an x. And whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side of the equation.
Okay, what's another way of finding out the answer is 0 without knowing the knowledge that 6 times 0 equals 0 and 3 times 0 equals 0? Do you think there's a more efficient way to figure out this problem?
So is dividing by x wrong?
It is not wrong, but there are also other solutions to solving this problem.
Okay, so we had 6x equals 3x from the original equation, where we learned from the process of the distributive property. So we would have to make sense. It would make more sense to subtract 3x from each side instead of dividing by x.
So if we are solving and we divide by anything with a variable in it, then we have to keep track of the possibility that what we are dividing by is equal to 0.
Okay, great. Great job on figuring out 2 ways in which we can solve this problem. These 2 ways certainly aren't the only ways, but what I encourage you to do is whichever one works best for you. So, after doing a problem like this one, now I'm going to challenge you to start thinking of the way you are going to approach another problem just like this one. I also encourage you to think about how you can apply this to somewhere else.